Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tallinn Black Nights Film Festival meeting with filmmakers session. And today, for me, as a Lithuanian, is a big privilege to present a Lithuanian film in co-production with United States and other countries. It's so first so big international film, Ashes in the Snow. And I would like to introduce our guest this afternoon, Marius Marevicius. He's a director and screenwriter and producer. And
Not
Marius,
screenwriter, but director producer.
yeah,
Screenwriter is Ben
yeah,
Jones,
yeah.
American.
But anyway, you participated.
Yeah,
in,
we worked a lot together.
in
Yes.
this. And Marius' career started in the Sundance Film Festival. Firstly, Douchebag was selected for main competition, dramatic competition.
Yes.
And then Like Crazy, he won Grand Prix in Sundance. And then in 2012, he directed a documentary, The Other Dream Team. This is, you can see, I wear especially a T-shirt for this film.
A rare collector's item.
Yeah, and this special and dear film for Lithuania tells a story about Lithuanian basketball team which competed their way to Olympics. And now Marius has his debut in a feature film. And he was helped a lot by Zilvinas Naujokas. He's Lithuanian producer behind most
Helped a
successful Lithuanian films
little
like
bit.
Tadas Blinda and
5 years.
and many others. As he mentioned many times, that this journey took him 5 years. Yeah. And here we have a Finnish actor, Peter Franzén. I will always remember you from Lionsheart, which I saw and discovered in one of my trips to Rome Film Festival. But you had many brilliant performances, and which were shown here in Tallinn. Like we can mention only Purge in co-production with Estonia, and The Mine, and Three Wise Men, and several others. So I will give a word now to Marius. Let's introduce the base of this film, and maybe you can tell about the book which inspired Ashes in the Snow. Rūta Šepetys wrote a book, and you probably were triggered together with Zilvinas an idea to make an adaptation of the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I met Rūta Šepetys. It was over 5 years ago. Zilvinas actually approached me after the other Dream Team film we did. He approached me and said that he thought this would be a great idea to get the rights to this book and make an adaptation. So I was in Lithuania at the time. I went home. I read the book again. I had read it before. I read it again, and I don't know. I felt like all the book felt like a movie already, and I could start to see the scenes in my head, and it's very cinematic the way it was written. And so we contacted Rūta, and we gave her our best pitch. She said, we're two Lithuanian guys that would love to have the rights to your book to make the movie. She was overjoyed. She's an American Lithuanian writer. She was born and lives in America, but her parents are from Lithuania, so she has that connection. And she was happy to work with us. She said that she had many other proposals from other producers, actually, because it was a New York Times bestseller book, selling 1 million copies. It was quite in demand. But she said that she had producers pitching, and she just didn't feel that they would give that personal touch. She tells the story of these producers who kept saying, "Oh, this film about the Balkans, and we're gonna make the best film." And she said she stayed quiet, didn't say anything, and hung up the phone. And she was so sad that these producers, they don't know the difference between Balkans or Baltics, and that she could never give like the rights to her baby, the thing she worked on for so long, to people that don't even know that difference. So you know, we formed this great team, and that was the beginning. That was, you know, 5 years ago. Then in the process of writing a screenplay to adapt, that's very difficult, because the book is this, you know, epic, sprawling story takes place over many years, and so we had to, with Ben Jones, the screenwriter, condense a lot of history and information into a script is very difficult. But I think Ben did a great job. And then, you know, the rest of the process, there's, you know, raising money and a very difficult, long process. But, you know, we made it, and I'm very proud of what we accomplished.
You know, I just realized it's now 6 years.
Okay, add one more year.
And book originally is called Between Shades of Grey.
Correct, yes, Between Shades of Grey. We changed the title to Ashes in the Snow primarily because of not to have confusion with 50 Shades of Grey, which is very different type of movie. And really, to be honest, when in the United States, when I was talking to people about this book, Between Shades of Grey, you'd almost get some smiling or some, I'd have to say, no, you know, not that Shades of Grey, this is different one. And, you know, Ruta's book was published something like 6 months before 50 Shades of Grey, so it was just kind of strange that those two names were similar. So we knew we had to change, because it's such a serious subject, and we wanted the film to, you know, really stand on its own and not be confused.
And Zilvinas, you had a big films previously. You built your experience, but for you, I suppose it was most difficult film to produce, because first time you probably worked with international producers, and from very beginning you imagined together with Marius that main performances will be spread between international actors.
Yeah, I mean that was the idea from the beginning. I mean, it's an English book, English language book originally, so there were no questions. It's gonna be like English language movie. So yeah, and the challenge. It's the biggest challenge for me personally as a producer. This film, but you know, you want this challenge because it's something you don't get every day. You know, it's a New York Times bestseller. It's a big book, and it's about the Lithuanian history. And you know, teaming up with Marius and the rest of the team, international crew. You know, it's something you want to do. Not only work on a Lithuanian production. So it was a huge challenge, but we made it. I mean, the movie is here. So.
And Peter, of course, you are not the first Finnish actor who plays in a Lithuanian film. Did you had some contact with Tomi Korpela to ask how Lithuanian film crew works? And same cinematographer shot you, and he worked with Tomi in a film called Santa.
I told you about the movie about the Santa, the guy, the Finnish actor playing the Santa Claus in Rovaniemi.
Yeah, when was that film made?
A few years ago.
Oh, I didn't know.
But I mean, you played with Tomi together.
Yeah, we studied together.
Times.
We studied together, and we're really good friends. So, but yeah, I didn't know that he was. I haven't watched the film now. No, no. He's been in a lot of films as well. So.
But then
we're two very fortunate actors from Finland. Yeah.
But anyway, you've got a part of most evil protagonist, most meanest. And of course, I'm curious how you prepared this role. I suppose you knew already, at least partly, what happened during Stalinist time in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. And it's, as Marius mentions, this is Baltic story. It tells a story from starts in Lithuania, but similar things were happening on same time also in Estonia and
Absolutely,
Latvia.
it's a Baltic story. It's like the story of all occupied countries, and during that era, and it does transcend to this day as well. I mean, it's a very contemporary story as well, and yeah, it was wonderful that I did the audition, and they accepted my craft, and it was wonderful to talk to Marius and to understand that he was going deeper than the character would have been. So on paper, so we were discussing about his background, this character's Komarov's background. So of course that helps the actor to go even deeper into the character, and it's wonderful to have a director who has a clear view of all the characters that he's going to direct. So he knew all of our characters' sort of backgrounds deeper, and was able to present like a sort of a ready table for all of us actors, I think. Like, okay, here are the bits and pieces that you can use in your craft, use in your work, and this is how we're gonna sort of maneuver with this film and with these characters. And so it was such a pleasant sort of a start. So, yeah, and of course, the subject matter is very important, and sort of dear to me as well, because it's being a Finn. Of course, Finns do not know enough about these events. People tend to forget. Like a cliche is to say that history repeats itself, but it does, and we've made a film that is reminding people. People should make films like this. People should tell the stories like this. Ruta should write another book about this, because it's never, there's never too late or too early or enough.
And she did write another book.
Yeah, still
similar. I mean, her next book, Salt to the Sea. It's a difference. It's a story of Lina's cousin who actually escapes from Lithuania, and is a refugee, and during the World War II. So, yeah, Ruta is doing great work and telling those important stories.
And one last question: when you had all the actors ready, did you ask them and also Peter to read the book?
No, I didn't. I didn't ask them to read the book. I think that I left that up to their own choice, because I feel like, again, as an actor prepares, I like them to be able to prepare the way that they feel the best. I think that, the book, it's such a different format, and for some actors, I think it's helpful. For some, I think that, like, I know that specifically Belle Pauli, the main actress, she said she did not want to read it. She wants the script to be her main guide, and then of all of our discussions, and so yeah, no, it was not like a mandatory homework. I wanted the actors to be able to choose that on their own research and their own kind of process.
It was really good that you mentioned that, because otherwise actors are like, okay, we want all the information, but that in order to build. But it was nice that you mentioned that to all of us, because this is the way you saw the story, and we wanted to, of course, actors want to get into your head and work with you. So it was a very good tool in that sense.
Did you read it?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it could cause a little confusion. It can, because we really changed quite a bit of things from the book. So, Yeah, but again, I left it up to the actors. So, yeah.
So Ashes in the Snow in Tallinn Black Night Film Festival participates in newly created Baltic Film Competition, and today film celebrates an international premiere. There are several other screenings, and important information to finish this meeting is to say that on December 14th, film will be released in all Estonian cinemas. In Lithuania, it's still being shown on 7th week. It already has 230,000 admissions already, but it would go much higher in the end. Thank you for being here, and let's meet with Estonian and international audience today in the evening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.